Alright, so today's video is going to be on Aliens, the sequel to Alien. There's two of them now. Actually, there's more than two, but spoiler, there's more than two. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. Very, very quick review here, probably. Plot, 7-9. Plot of this movie, shocker, is the same, basically the same plot as the first movie. It's just things change a little. Instead of it strictly being on a ship, it's on a planet. And the aliens are coming to get us, and they're killing people, and I'm scared because they're killing people. And it is, I mean, it's a typical horror movie. It's in the same same area as I'd say Jurassic Park and all these other typical horror movies. There's a monster loose and he's coming to kill us. Maybe there's two of them. We're gonna add an S on the title. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, 7-9 for the plot. For the acting, 8-1. I actually felt like they did a okay job. I mean, this is a 0.5 drop from the first Alien movie, but I still thought they did an okay job in this movie as far as acting in it. Felt like they kind of put a focus on it. I'll say I've seen the later movies, and this movie's definitely better at acting, and it's not even that good at acting, which is a problem for the later movies. But yeah, I give it an 8-1. It's okay. It's bare bones. It's enough that you can watch it and not be like ugh. And that's all I really ask from most movies is just be okay, okay enough for me to not go ugh. I don't know if I like that acting. And boy, the Alien series got two of them. Let's go ahead and move on to dialogue here. Dialogue 7-8. This movie was made a little bit ago. The dialogue, I'm really hitting the ums. Yeah. This movie was made a little bit ago, and you can kind of tell it with the dialogue. It's kind of basic. It's kind of like typical. It's kind of like, he's right behind me, isn't he? It's stuff like that. And, I mean, I'm judging it for its times, but I still think a 7-8 is generous for this movie. That's really all I can say about it. Is it's old school action dialogue. There's not too much complexity to it. Let's see here. Cinematography. 8-1. This movie looked good. It looked fine. For when it was made, I feel like they did a pretty good job when they were on the planet and the action scenes, making it easy to see. This movie series has got a problem with things being dark, and I understand you got space that's dark, you got nighttime scenes are dark, you want to give up a dark vibe because when everything is dark, it's scary, Xenomorph is, like a dark creature, so, if everything else is dark and this is the wrong time to comment on this. They make all the wiring and like all the ships and all the buildings like look like a xenomorph like tail or a head or something like that. So you never know when one's gonna come on screen because everything like looks like a xenomorph around the area, and one can just like crawl out and be like, hey. Like it happens so frequently. It's I actually kind of like it about the movie. It keeps you very much on your toes. Like, when is a xenomorph gonna pop up? So I thought they did a pretty good job with that. 7.5 for the soundtrack. Kind of spoiled it there. Again, I said with the first movie, I couldn't notice it, but it didn't hurt it. So I gave it a generic 7.5. Didn't hurt it, so it is what it is. Really, that's by far the category to comment on the least in. I'll go ahead and go through the bonus categories real quick, and then we'll get to the final rating. Alright, so we got immersion. I give it an 8 flat. It's not as immersive as the first movie, because the first movie, you were in a tight, ship. You kind of felt like there's a danger present with you. And then moving it to a planet, it just kind of makes things feel a little bit more out in the open, a little bit more, not as, on you. When you're in the ship, when you're in a tight area, it feels like there's stuff happening around you. So yeah, a 0.8 drop from the first Alien movie, from an 8.8 to an 8 in this movie. Still didn't do a bad job with immersion. World building, 8.7. They did a decent amount of world building as far as going over xenomorphs, the way they work, the planet they're inhabiting, the reason why they're valuable to the company ultimately, and the way that the world works. As far as, I think they talked about it in this movie. I'm pretty sure it was this movie. They talked about how basically with these advanced civilizations, these advanced humans essentially, they talked about how they set up these atmosphere cones almost, or I guess spheres, atmosphere, But they set up these atmosphere like places on planets where they basically like put a machine on the planet and it does something to the atmosphere to make it like breathable for humans. And that's just a really cool idea that I like, and I honestly didn't expect it out of. I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. I don't really come to the Alien series for nuance and complexity. I come to it because scary xenomorph, rah. But yeah, I felt that was a really cool idea. They didn't really like touch on it too much. Like they just kind of like said, and they moved on. But it is what it is. Character 7.8. Guys, if you're watching the Alien movies, just worry about Ripley's storyline. Don't worry about any of the other shit that's going on. All those people are in immense danger. Just worry about Ripley's story. That's the best way to go about it. And then for the fights, I give it an 8.3. There's a lot of like shooting in this. There's a lot of shooting with guns. That's how it works. There's a lot of shooting like xenomorphs in this movie, and they do a good job of like in the fights letting you know the power scale of the xenomorph. It's scary because it's fast and what it can do to you. It's not scary because it's unkillable. Now, they do make it seem unkillable in some of the other movies because of how dangerous it is as a creature in general, but I'm glad that they kind of show you the power scale of, like, a gun can take it out. Like, you can shoot one and kill it, which I think is a very important part that a lot of other series don't do. They don't let you know what kills the things, like a Demogorgon. What the hell kills a Demogorgon? I'm sure there's an example of something killing a Demogorgon. Do not send it to me. I don't want it. I'm always right. You're always wrong. I don't want to hear it. Anyway, I immediately regretted making that comment about the Demogorgon. Alright, so total rating, 7.7. Definitely a drop down from the first movie. Honestly, I probably rated it too high now that I'm looking at it. I wouldn't recommend it. It's not that I would not recommend. I wouldn't recommend to not watch it, but I wouldn't recommend to watch it. If you happen to watch it, cool. If you don't, cool. Yeah, that's all I can really say about Aliens. Kind of a boring movie, if I'm being honest. If you like the franchise, you'll probably like the movie. It's one of the better in the franchise, which is surprising to say because it's not a killer movie itself. You'll see, because we will get into the next couple of movies in the next couple of videos, and that is where I'm going to leave this video off. 7.7 for Aliens, the second one. Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection will be up. It should be after this. And then Prometheus and Alien Covenant should be up after them. Yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.